Right, let's see if this is working. Before we get going, I think it is, but I'm getting told that my lobby settings are wrong when they're not. And what is Capel doing in my lobby? Right, sorry about this, guys. Ah, okay. It was wrong. Now let me just kick Capel out the lobby. So let's see who we've got quickly. Why have we got NTO and Mighty in here? Someone has to leave, and Mo Gaffer. Ah. Right. Let me just check that my sound is working, and then we can get going. Little bit delayed because I'm trying to do 100 things at once. Let me just send this message to everyone. There we go. Right, let's kick these two. And we are waiting for just one more person, and that is someone from Oldenburg Racing. So let me figure out who's actually on that team. Zickhafen and Hoppel need them to join. These people are doing my head in. Right, let's have a quick look anyway at who we've got racing whilst we're waiting for this final team to join. So, we've got quite a stacked lineup here. We've got 18 cars qualifying for the Daytona 12 hours. Which means we've got 9 in my lobby and 9 in Pyro's lobby. If you finish in the top 6, you are going to be automatically qualifying no matter what. So let's go through the teams. We've got VRT, actually it's not VRT, it's called VEZ Racing Team, but it's full of a bunch of VRT drivers. Qualifying for them is the Italian Schechter. He's making his ALR debut in the Dodge Viper, so we don't know what his pace is going to be like, but I'm guessing it's going to be super quick. Then we've got 3 Aero GT cars in this qualifying. We've got the purple car, that's pretty much the fastest car. That is Plat 1 for life. He is qualifying in the Viper as well. And then behind him in the Emerald Aero GT car, we got X90G, who won Tier 2 Championship in Season 19. He is, they're already practicing some slipstreaming. For TBG, or T-Bag, as I like to call him, we got Mighty Mini Smiley. By the way, X90's in the Peugeot VGT. Mighty, it looks like he's in the Viper as well. Got Captain Eli, the 3rd Aero team, also in the Viper. That's my team, so all of my faith is in Captain Eli for this qualifying. He was in the 44s in practice. And then we've got FGR, we've got Tim Grin, who is going to be qualifying in the Lexus, which is going to be interesting. Not one of the quickest cars, but in the race, obviously with the fuel tank, it might be able to do many stops fewer than everyone else, so it might actually be an inspired choice if they can qualify. I'm sure Tim Grin can. Then we got a couple more. We got Dupe, who is racing for he's racing for the CHOOH2 Racing, so I'm going to call it Chew2. Chew2 Racing. The Finn is racing in the Ferrari 296, which wasn't a car as I expected to see. We've also got Amp Bank, excuse me, who's racing for Nova Motorsports. He is racing in the Viper as well, and we're just waiting on one more team, which I'm going to check and see where they are. I did tag them. They haven't responded. We are 3 minutes past. Who is this other guy? If they don't join, then they're out, and it gives everyone a bit of an easier chance. Screw them at this point. I thought it would be a Viper race. Yeah, I think it's going to be a Viper race, but there are a lot of cars that could kind of match the Viper on the top speed. Viper's going to have to pit quite a lot because it is thirsty on the fuel. So yeah, let's just have a quick look. I'll give them I'll give them a couple more minutes. Before we get started, it looks like Platt is in, well, actually no one's in the 44s yet. We do have a quarter of a tank that we're starting on for qualifying, so everyone should be pretty quick right out the gate. We've got Schechter in the 46s, X90G in the 46.4s, and Mighty's in the 48, so no one really setting any quick lap times in practice, at least, that I was expecting. So it's going to be interesting here. So if we get this final team joining, we've got equal conditions mode on. Both races are set to sunset. Slipstream is on real, so there is going to be some strong slipstream if people can take advantage of that. Bump drafting, all that kind of good stuff that you expect to see in Daytona and GT7. The times are going to be combined from both lobbies to set the grid, just like we did for the Spa 12 hours last year. If we can get everyone in and going, we're going to lose 3 teams. So like I said, if you finish in the top 6 of either lobby, you're guaranteed through. If we don't get this one team joining, then if you finish in the top 7, no, if you finish in the top 6 here or the top 7 in Pyro's lobby, I think you'd be guaranteed through as well. So we're going to have to see. I think I'm going to call it. I don't have either of them. I don't even know when, if either of them have messaged me recently. Let me just have a quick check of the direct messages. But yeah, it doesn't look like I've got a message from them either in my DMs or in my message requests. So I'm just going to type we will have to start, because we have waited 6 minutes now. So let me tell everyone, starting soon. No one's messaged anything. One of these is actually showing us online on Discord as well, so I don't know what's going on. He should have seen these messages. Did put the lobby up about half an hour ago as well. So that makes it a lot easier for everyone else. So congrats everyone who's watching. You've got a slightly easier time of qualifying here. This same thing happened in the 12 hours as well. I guess on average you're going to lose one team for one reason or another. This one's just completely ghosted us, which is a bit unfortunate. So yeah, put your predictions in the chats. Who do you think is going to be on the top in this lobby? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 8 cars are Vipers. Then we've got a 296, we've got a Peugeot VGT, and we've got a Lexus RCF in here as well. So I think it's safe to say a Viper. My prediction, probably going to be Platt. I mean, we all know how quick Platt is from last season. He is an Aero GT driver, as am I, for this event. Yeah, so let's get going. I nearly entered there. I'm not qualifying. So, good luck, everyone. Natty in the top 3. TBG. Yeah, we got lots of tier 1 drivers here. We got Mighty, we got X90, who's just been relegated to tier 2. He was in tier 1 last season, actually finished 10th in tier 1 as well. We got Tier 1 runner-up, Plat 1 for life here. Let's see who's going to be the quickest out of the pits. This is going to be a fascinating quality. So we see a purple Viper by the looks of it. That is, actually, it's the Lexus who's just gotten ahead of the Viper. That's Tim Gr3 ahead of Scheckter. Tim Gr3, who finished 3rd in Tier 1 last season in the McLaren. Got 6 podiums in a row to end it. So really one of the quickest guys. Was the seeded driver in Tier 1 for this season as well. Does have a big disadvantage in this qualifying going in the Lexus for sure. But maybe... Oh wow, there's 3 of them that have come out really close to each other here. So we got Tim Gr3, we got Scheckter, and we got Ampbank right behind as well. I wonder if they're going to be working together. A little bit further behind, who is that? Well, we've got all the Aero's drivers still in the pits. They're probably coming out together, coordinating, which is good to see. And it looks like Dupe is trying to catch this pack as well. He's just overtaken Tim Gr3, who's letting everyone past him on this outlap. So I don't know if he's trying to find some clear air or if he's trying to find someone specific for a bit of bump drafting. I think because it's a 20-minute session here, it might be a good idea for some of these guys to try and find some clear air and just put in a bank lap. Let's see what... It looks like that's not going to be the case for the Aero boys. We've got Eli ahead of Plat, ahead of X90G on this outlap, and we got Scheckter already on the oval section, just driving completely away of everyone else. And who is close together? So we got Mighty, and we got Dupe, and we got Tim Gr3 very close together here. So we might have some 3-way slipstreaming between them, and also for the Aero GT boys. But let's stick with Scheckter, who is first on the track. That was very close to being a penalty, cutting that line there. We do have weak penalties on for qualifying here. You don't know if the Ferrari would be a good choice. Well, I think it's quick. It's it's got a really good top end. I'm not sure how good it's going to be in the race on Saturday, the Ferrari, because obviously the MR cars do struggle a lot with the rear tyres on the oval section in Daytona. So starting the lap now is Scheckter. Let's see what he does as we edge down into turn 1. He looks like he took it pretty solidly, managed to get the car turned in, which is quite difficult to do at the best times of this Viper, but assuming a lot of these people will be running fairly minimal downforce in this qualifying to get the last mile per hour out of the car on the ovals. So ending sector 1, it is going to be a 28.7. So Ampbank is going to be leading a huge train of cars here. 28.7 as well. Mighty 28.6, so the quickest so far. 29 for Dupe, and we didn't quite catch what Tim Gr3's time was there, but I'm sure it was pretty decent, to be honest. Yeah, MRs are not made for this track, I agree. So a 53 flat. Let's see what Ampbank's doing. 52.9 quicker, and what about Mighty? He was the quickest here. 52.7, 53.3, and again we missed Tim Gr3's, but now it's going to get interesting in this section because Tim Gr3 is pretty close to Dupe, and he's going to be able to take advantage of the speed of that Viper as we finish this lap and drag his car through the oval section to hopefully get himself in the 44s. I reckon 44s are going to be needed by pretty much everyone. Maybe low 45s will be just about enough. But Scheckter is coming round to finish his first lap. We didn't see any 44s in the little practice session we had before the start. So let's see what this banker lap looks like for Scheckter. 45.5, solid start. Remember, the fuel is still going down. Ampbank beats that by 0.4 of a second. Really quick, Ampbank. And Mighty just 5 milliseconds quicker. We got Tim Gr3 in 3rd, and we got Dupe down in 5th. So he must have had a mistake later on in the lap. And what is happening with the Aero boys? They are pretty close together now. There is definitely a lot of slipstream at play here. X90 just ahead of Plat and ahead of Eli. Plat and Natty, sorry, probably having bit more of work to. So Plat in 5th, Natty has gone quickest with a 45 flat, and Eli is 7th here with a 46.1. So a bit of improvement needed there as everyone starts to close in as they approach turn 1 here. So let's stick with these Aero boys as they start their second lap. Let's go up to Natty. So Natty the quickest by 1.174 at the moment. No one in the 44s yet, but we still got 16 minutes to go. Let's ride on board with Eli, actually, see if his time is coming down compared to that previous lap. It looks like he lost a bit of slipstream between the two, from the two ahead of him in that first lap. I think my advice would be to get Eli in the middle or at the front of the pack, because he can get pushed through. He's lost a bit more time because Platt, obviously the quickest guy from Tier 1 last season who's in this lobby, is able to drive away from Eli. But he is going purple, Eli, still, so it's not too bad here. Let's go back to Scheckter because he's about to finish his second lap, and he doesn't beat his time. Ampbank was the next one. He's in third at the moment. He goes first. The first person in the 44s are 44.808 for Ampbank, so he should be pretty pleased with that. Jupe's in the pits already. X90's got a penalty, so he's not going to improve on his time, so it's not going to be all eyes on Platt. Looks like no one else has beaten their time. A couple of people have already come into the pits as well. So is Platt's back up into P1 and Eli's up into P4 with a 45.1. So that is really good for the Aero boys. 3 of the top 4 are currently the Aero GT cars, and the other one is Ampbank in second. Mighty Mini is in 5th after coming into the pits. Tim Grin in 6th. Scheckter is dropped all the way to 7th. Bit surprised there, but it is early days still. He hasn't been trying to get himself into any slipstream either, so maybe that's what he's got to think about doing. He's lapping about the same pace as he has been so far as well on this lap. And then we've got Jupe in P8. I think he is on an out lap. So what are the Aero boys doing on this one? Are they going for another one? We've got Platt ahead of Eli, and we've got X90G just behind as well. They've kind of created a bit of a gap, to be honest. So I'm not sure if they're a little bit too far away to fully exploit. Wow. Okay, we're going to see a 43 because Platt is currently 7/10 purple on his previous time. He was stuck a little bit behind X90G on that second hot lap that he did, but he's not going to have any slipstream, so he's lost 1/10 there on his fastest time. He's still on course for a 44 flat here, so this is silly. Now, is he going to avoid the penalty? Oh no, he gets a penalty! Oh dear. And he's still 6/10 up, but he's obviously not going to beat that time. He's going to obviously bail out into the pits. What about Eli and X90G? These two potentially could beat their times. I think Eli got a nice slip on that previous lap, but you can set times in the 44s, as can X90G, so there's more time in there for both of these boys. And Eli just misses out. X90G comes into the pits and Eli resets to pits. Let's see. Mighty's on an out lap. Tim Grin's on an out lap. Jupe is, I think, on a fast lap. He's just started his fast lap, so let's stick with Jupe. The P8, the man most at risk of falling out. He's a 2.5, the only man yet to get into the 45s, and he's actually 6/10 down on Schechter's time here, so plenty of time to try and catch for Jupe. Just a reminder of the teams as well, because I need a little reminder. Jupe is in the Choo2 Racing team, Scheckter is in VEZ, Tim Gren is in FGR. Obviously people know FGR from eSports, they've won it a couple of times. X90, Eli and Platt are both all Aero GT. Ampbank is in Nova, and Mighty Mini Smiley is in the T-Bag team. So it's looking pretty good, I'd say, for the top 6, because top 6 guarantees qualification, and then Scheckter and Jupe are the ones in trouble at the moment. And Jupe is 2/10 up, a quarter of a second up at the moment, so it is going to be an improvement. He's got Tim Gren behind, who might end up giving him a bit of a push. This is the Ferrari 296. You don't think going with the Lexus was the wisest choice? You know what? All you have to do is qualify, and I think you could probably do a pit stop less in most stints, because the way that our rules are set up, you have to do 2 compounds, so a pit stop's mandatory even in the hour-long stint. And here's Tim Grin. Is he going to do some bumping? I think he needs to. Is he going to be able to? I'm not even sure that he's actually bumping, because the Ferrari 296 at this level, at this speed, keeps accelerating really nicely. Let's see if Jupe is improving. He does improve, but only by a couple of tenths. Tim Grin also improves and gets to the low 45s. We've got 4 cars separated by 0.2 of a second from 3rd down to 6th here, so it is insanely close. Now Tim Gren is going to want to get past Dupe fairly quickly because he's not going to be able to. Well, he's probably. I think he might have messed up his lap already, to be honest. Stuck behind this guy. I think Tim Gren has a bit more pace than Dupe here. Let's go back onto. Oh no, Platt's on an out lap. Let's see if Ampbank can improve. He's only 0.06 down on Platt's time. We saw Platt obviously was 0.7 up previously. Oh, he's 0.2 purple now. So we might see a new provisional leader in this lobby, Ampbank, who is on Team Nova Motors Esports, who is a new team to ALR. Some of the other drivers here are called Korn, Dylan Vastenberg, Yannick, not the one in Tier 1. And they've also got a couple of ALR regulars. Sick Boy and Bluebeard, the Tier 4 champion from last season, are on this team as well. So 6 drivers there. And it's looking pretty good. They have lost the provisional pole through the bus stop there, but it still could be quicker if they manage to have a good final sector. But yeah, they've not got any slipstream to help them, so it might be a bit tricky, this one. Yeah, 0.3 down in the end. So Platt has started his fast lap. He's just ahead of Captain Eli. And they've got X90G a little bit further up. So let's see what is going to happen here. How quick is Platt on this lap? Because Captain Eli is very close to him. Dupe improves into the 45s, 45.8. Still in 8th place, but a lot quicker now. And it looks like Eli kind of touched the wall a little bit there. Lost a bit of time to Platt, but he's still going to get some slipstream from him. Platt not looking like he's on a tear on this lap. He's 0.2 down. I think he's trying to help Eli out here. So let's stick with Eli. Let's ride on board as he goes through the bus stop. This is my team. Very careful there. Obviously wasn't the quickest route through there, but let's see if it's actually up. He's 4 seconds down. Okay, Eli's made a big mistake there. Never mind. We missed the mistake from Eli a little bit earlier on. So let's see what Natty's on for. He is 43, 44. He's not going to be quicker. He's slower as by a full second there. So that is the Aero boys not quicker. We've got Mighty Mini Smiley going purple through the infield section in his Viper. Let's see. He's a bit laggy, but that doesn't matter too much for the qualifying because he's not good. He's not doing any side-by-side racing at least. Yeah. I think you're right, Iggy. They were probably coordinating on that lap. So he's still purple, Mighty. So we've seen a lot of people purple up until the oval section, and then Platt kind of drives away. Obviously, Platt probably one of the quickest through the bus stop on pace anyway, but there was a bit of slipstream going on between the Aero boys as well. He is still up, Mighty, on his own time. That would almost be enough to get ahead of Captain Eli. So we got we got Dupe in the pits now for another. Was probably his last kind of stint here. Mighty really cutting the corners there. Let's see if he gets a penalty. I think he's got away with it, but he is down slightly on his best time. He needs to find some slip, I reckon. Tim Gren also in the pits. If one lobby's faster than the other lobby, only drivers from the second lobby is dropped, right? Yeah, technically the bottom 2 from here could be dropped, or the bottom 2 from the other lobby. It just goes on the quickest time because we have equal conditions mode on. Let's see what's going on with the Aero boys. They are about to finish their laps. We've got Platt in the middle of the sandwich here. We've got Captain Eli not too far behind, and X90G not too far ahead. So let's see. Not going to be quicker for X90G. Platt again not quicker, and Captain Eli not quicker. So over to Ampbank, if he can improve. He's on lap 4 now. This is probably his last lap. Maybe he'll get one more out. He is purple coming out of the bus stop. We did see, I think 0.2 get lost in the final sector to Platt. So I think he might do the same again here. Let's see. If that's the case, he needs to try and find some cars slipstream. Oh, he's only lost maybe 0.1 there. So not too bad, but again, not an improvement, and it looks like he is going for another fast lap. Let's see what Tim Gren's up to. He's going super slow, never mind. Dupe is on an outlap. Scheckter is in the pits for his final stop. He's not been able to improve. A 45.5 is still Schecter's time. Jensen set at 44.2. So Platt is 0.6 up. Now it's getting serious. Now it's getting serious. Platt wants that pole position. From either lobby. He's still 0.6 up. Bumping X90G up as well, which might help X90G beat his time, as everyone's pretty close together going through the bus stop. Really solid by the pair of them not to make a mistake and ruin each other's laps. Still 0.6 up for Platt. This is going to be a 44 flat, maybe even quicker with the slipstream. I think it's going to be an improvement for both of these. 41, 42, we're approaching the finish line here. 44 flat for Platt and a 44.9 for X90G, so it is an improvement. No improvement on the track here. X90G, whoa, he reset to track there. I think he got in the way of Captain Eli, who didn't set a quicker lap. He is still on a 45.1, which is pretty decent, but I think he can get another 0.3 there. Might he going a little bit wide on the exit of turn 1, as all these cars are really close together now. We've got Tim Gren in here as well, catching up to Captain Eli, which might really help Tim Gren get maybe 3 or 4 tenths here on this lap, as long as there's a all right gap between him and Eli going into the oval, but there's only a couple of corners left before that, so it might work out pretty nicely here. Natty and Eli both in the pits actually, so who is it ahead? I think it's Platt that's ahead of Tim Gren at the moment. So the two rivals from tier 1 from last season, separated by 1.2 seconds at the moment. Yeah, I could share the replay after. You'll need to add me on PSN if you want to see it, or just search for me. I'll just type my PSN in the chat now. One-tenth up for Tim Gren, which would actually be enough to get him ahead of Mighty and Captain Eli if he can carry this on. Ooh, that might be a penalty. It was very marginal. He's still up on his time, and it's a half second. And that's going to impact his next lap as well, and we are on 17.5 minutes out of 20. What about Mighty? Mighty's coming up to the finish line, and yeah, back into the pits goes Tim Gren for his final run. Platt's in the pits as well. 1.3 seconds down for Mighty. Outlap for Eli, outlap for X90G. I think they're going to be helping each other out. Ampbank is 1,000th up as we enter the oval section. Aero GT two in the top 5 at the moment overall. I think that means. Yeah, that makes sense because X90 is 3rd. Bit of a gap, 0.2 of a gap between X90 and Captain Eli, but everyone's really close between 3rd and 6th. There's only a quarter of a second separating all of them. Ampbank may be the first Thai driver we've had in ALR, actually. I don't think I've ever seen the Thailand flag, especially at GT7. Two tenths down there. Let's see who else is on a hot lap now. Got Mighty on another hot lap. He's just entered the oval section. Tim Gren is on an outlap, I think, after he messed up that and got that half-second penalty. Scheckter still in the 45.5s, so this might be driver at risk. Unless he can find... Well, he needs to find a quarter of a second to get ahead of Tim Gren. 0.222 down on his time. So he's not going to be on this lap. I think he might get one more. This might be his last lap. We've only got 40 seconds left before the checkered flag comes out. Let's see if Dupe's on an improvement. He's got damage, so it's definitely not. This is permanent damage as well, so I think that's his qualifying over. Permanent damage, I mean heavy damage. Well, it is permanent until you pit. Platt is stationary. I think he's trying to find some slip for his teammate. So this is going to be juicy because you got these two coming onto the oval, but there is a couple of people ahead. Got Scheckter ahead, and we got Ampbank ahead. So let's hope that yeah, Platt is well out of the way. So Ampbank coming through. The checkered flag, I think, is out now. So let's see what can happen as we approach the checkered flag for everybody. Yeah, I don't think Platt waiting quite worked out there. No, I think... Do we have another 5 minutes of this? Let me double check very quickly. No, it is over. I don't know what's going on. We aren't seeing any checkered flags, but the qualifying session is over. No one has improved. So Mighty's coming through, really sliding through there. No one's improving on their final laps. I'm used to seeing the checkered flag. I think that must be a little graphics update from PD there to not put out the checkered flag next to everyone's names. Mighty, and there's only one more behind him to set a lap now then, it seems. But yeah, it looks like Platt has definitely got pole position, at least in this lobby. Provisional pole. I don't know what's happening in Pyros. Not an improvement there. Tim Grin is going to be the last person to cross the finish line. He's got a half-second penalty, so that is going to be it for qualifying. So we've got in the danger zone, we got Dupe, and we got Dupe from Q2 Racing, and we got Scheckter from VEZ. The VRT drivers there are the ones that we'll have to wait and see what happened in Pyro's lobby. Out is at the Oldenburg Racing team, who didn't show up. And then in, definitely, FGR with Tim Gren is in 6th here. Mighty Mini for Teabag is in 5th. Captain Eli and X90G for Aero GT are 4th and 3rd. Ampbank for Nova is 2nd. Really solid debut in ALR for him. And in provisional pole is going to be Platt 1 for life. So let me just end the race so that I can share this qualifying session. People can have a little... analysis of sorry, I can't multitask. A little analysis of Platt's lap. There, that'll do. Let's tag it ALR. Oh, I can't. Oh yeah, that's why. That's fine. So, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. And on Sunday... Oh, I can't share it. Someone else, if you're watching, try and share the replay, because I can't do it. Can I save it, at least? Okay, I've saved it. I'll delete some space and then share it. I think that's the reason why I've got too many replays. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll announce the official results soon in the chat. And yeah, we'll take it from there.